you who don't know about Tinder, I thought it was just a joke. Just honestly, I thought it was just a joke site or a joke dating site, just like all the other ones. Match, Plenty of Fish. Um, there was another one that I was on, but there's like a bunch of them. You know what I'm talking about. And OkCupid, that's what it is. It was gonna bother me the whole video. Um, but I thought it was just gonna be like a joke dating site, like any one of those, because I've been on all three of those, and they're just really awful. Like, you create a profile of yourself that you basically try to make look like your own Facebook, where it explains everything about you. You pick like the best picture of yourself. You message people. You do like a search parameter thing, like 20 miles from here. You want like this type of girl with this type of hair, with this kind of personality, who's into this kind of thing. And I'm going to message this person, and I'm going to message this person, I'm going to message this person. And it's all supposed to make you feel like the normal dating world without having to actually go out and do things. And it was awful. And it's awful because I was still feeling like I had to do things. I had to do things in order to get a response. I had to like message people, and I had to I had to do things. I had to like message specific people and whatnot, and then get nothing back. And it was just super awkward. And so the thing that Tinder did that I love is that it boiled down everything that that all the other sites were trying to do, but they weren't doing it efficiently. You have the ability to message anybody that you want on any of the other dating sites, and it's inefficient because you don't even know if they theoretically like you. It's like having to, it's like going to a country bar and talking to everybody. And I hear that that's what you're supposed to do because it's a numbers game, but let's be real, 99%, okay, no, I haven't thought of my numbers here. 80% of people aren't even going to, think that you're attractive or anything. Like, based on just physical appearance, they're probably just not even going to think you're attractive. 20% might, and then 10% probably do. So if you were to talk to 100 people and 80 people said no to you, like, it would just defeat your your self-confidence, and it would just kill you. And that's what it was doing all the time to me. And it's based on nothing. It's based on just your looks alone. But that's what the world is. And a lot of people don't like to admit this, but that's what the world is. Like, I'm sorry. Like, that's what the world is. You judge people based on their appearance and nothing else. Initially. That's the thing that lets you know, do I still want to talk to this person? If a homeless guy comes up to you and asks you for change, you don't even need any words to come out of his mouth. Like, you know that he's homeless, and, you're just like, I don't want to talk to this person, right? Business dressed person comes up to you, and then you're kind of intrigued. You're like, maybe, like, what does this person have to say, right? You're still, like, standoffish, but, like, you're more willing to talk to that person. Hot girl comes up to you, and before she says anything, you're like, here's my keys, here's my credit card, and here's here's my house keys. You can come by whenever you want. But I mean, like, that's what the world is. Like, for somebody to say, oh, like, you have to judge me based on my personality, it's like, we will, but we have to get past the idea of what you look like first. And I feel like, not just dating, just anything in the world, you'll always judge people based on what they look like. And so that's what Tinder got right. And what they did was they made it just really simple. You get a profile picture, and you can write 200 characters about yourself, because let's be real, nobody reads that. You can pick like 5 pictures of yourself. You can attach your Instagram if you have one. But all you have is just a square, and when you think you like somebody, you swipe right, and when you don't like somebody, you swipe left. That's it. That's it. That's all you really need. Because, and the way that you connect with people is if you swipe right, and, you know, like, during rotation, the same person also swipes right with you, to your picture. And so all of a sudden, you have an automatic connection without developing anything. And that's what relationships are. It's real sad. It's really, really sad. But that's what it is. And that's all it really needs to be. So the only way to message people is if both of you swipe right. And so the reason why I love Tinder is because when somebody else has swiped right to me and it says, oh, you've matched, I've talked to about, I don't know, like 4 different people, and I feel like every single time I've been talking to anybody, they're bots. Like, they're not real people. I feel like they're not real people, because I've been getting, like, the most random responses. There was this one girl, her name was Desi, D-E-S-I-E-E, and I messaged her with, hey, that's a really interesting name, like, that might be, like, one of the most interesting names I've seen on this site, or something like that. And she responded with WBU, and I understood that stood for what about you, but that doesn't make sense to my question. So then I was like, what do you mean? And then she, like, unmatched. And I was like, okay. There was another friend that I was like, because it links to your Facebook, and so it actually shows you other mutual friends that you have. And so I was like, hey, you have that's so crazy that we matched. It's so crazy that you have a mutual friend with me, and, like, it's this person. And then she unmatched us. And now, normal Elliot, if this were to happen to me at clubs, normal Elliot would be mad. I'd be mad for months. At least weeks. Maybe months. That I went up to somebody and, you know, like, this whole conversation or experience happened and she walked away or whatnot. But see, the thing about Tinder that I love is that I never feel bad about anything that goes wrong. I never feel bad about anything that happens because I never feel like I'm trying more than I should. All I'm doing whenever I swipe right is I'm just saying that somebody is pretty. Like, that's really all I feel like I'm doing. If I message somebody, it's only because they've also swiped right, which means that, theoretically, that they also thought that I was interesting enough to say yes to, as opposed to swiping left to me, right? So, like, I never really feel like I'm ever in the wrong or I'm doing too much whenever I talk to people. So if it ever goes south, I don't care. When I go up to people at clubs, and I meet people, and, you know, like, I have a great, I introduce myself, and I dance with them, and then I teach them a line dance because they think I'm good, and then I say, am I going to see you next time? And then I go next time, and then they become my best friend, and then, you know, like, I ask them if they want to go out, and they go out with me, and then we hang out later, and then we go, you know, like, to different things, and then we meet mutual friends, and this entire time I'm being friend-zoned, but I have no idea that I am, like, because they swiped left to me for, like, a long fucking time ago. Like, this is when it starts to kill me. Because I start living in a fantasy that I'm creating. Because I want that so bad. And there's nothing in real life to stop that. Because people don't like making other people feel awkward. We will do everything in our power to not make somebody else feel awkward. Like, there are so many times when I really like somebody that I see all the time, and I will just not say, hey, you know what, I think you're really pretty, like, do you want to go out? Because I know that I'm going to see them all the time, and because if it hasn't happened yet, and if I've waited this long, it's probably not going to happen. Like, a big part of me thinks, or believes that that's really not going to happen. There's, you know, like, the hopeful you guys that are just like, oh, well, maybe you just need to ask. No. Like, that's not how it works. I wish that's how it works, but, like, that's not how it works. If you don't just develop relationshipy feelings towards people. Like, you either like them because immediately, or you don't. Left, right. That's all there is. Like, you either love somebody or you don't love somebody. You either want to kiss them or you don't want to kiss them, and that's really the only difference between friend and girlfriend. Because you can do everything that you do with either except kissing. So if you can picture yourself kissing somebody, then that means you should probably be in a relationship with them, or that means you probably like them. You don't develop that. Anyway. So, you know what? You wanna... You know what? I think I was planning on doing this anyway. I'm gonna show you why I love Tinder. I'm just gonna show you. We're gonna do a hands-on experiment. Here we go. So here we go. This is my phone. Say hi to my phone. So this is Tinder, and this is how this works. You get people, and it says their age and whatnot, and this is gonna be the most shallow thing I'm ever gonna show anybody. I actually saved all my likes, because I don't have, like, the $10, like, stupid crazy version, where you get unlimited swipes, because I don't need unlimited swipes. I just need to do this every 12 hours, and it gets out of my system, and then I'm good. That's super bright. Okay. So, here we go. So, you can either swipe left, or you can swipe right, or whatnot. And so this is how this works. So, if you imagine, like, everybody in here as somebody that you would just meet at a bar and whatnot. So, you know what? I'm just gonna be like right, left. See, now you're gonna see how racist I am, as well. Left. See, now then you have like two people, and whenever there's group pictures, if my thing is if you wouldn't date both of them, that's left. That's just my rule. Some of these people, like, look at this. I have like 4 mutual friends with whoever this is, which is crazy. You can actually see mutual friends, which I think is really scary. Because then you could totally find out who this person is and look up their Facebook, and that's really stalkery. Anyway, left. Here we go. Left. You realize that everybody that you see in here, it's basically everybody that you see at a club, and anybody that you would swipe left to are just people that you would not think a second thought to. You wouldn't like care to talk to them. They might have amazing personalities, but you'll never know. And even if you do know, it really, I don't know, it doesn't matter. I'm sorry, I'm speaking for myself. I know I say you a lot. No. I was almost gonna say yes to that. Yeah, like, I don't know. But see, like, everybody that you would ever say yes to are just people that I feel like I would want to talk to at a club, and I just never do, for whatever reason. A lot of the time, I just feel like I'm just flipping pages in a Harry Potter novel. You see, okay, now, here's the thing. If anybody has a picture of country dancing, a picture of them at the ranch, if we have like 52 mutual friends, that's an over-exaggeration. If we have something over 20, I'm probably gonna swipe right. I just don't even, not even a thing. This girl's trying way too hard. Maybe. Oh, by the way, never swipe right to a maybe. Because you'll get into the situation where if they say yes as well, and all of a sudden you're locked into this position where you're like, do I continue talking to this person? And you never want to question, if you've ever swiped right, you never want to question whether or not you whether or not you should message them. You should want to automatically message them, like this person. I would want to like this person. I would want to automatically message them. That seems like she's trying too hard. Some people, some of their pictures, they're just like, they're trying really hard to be hot. And some people just, I don't know. See, this is getting me into, this should get me into a conversation that I've been meaning to also have. Uh, yes. And uh, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. What am I doing? What am I doing? Um, this is getting me into a conversation that I. Oh my god, no way! I like that you guys were all there for that. So this is how this works. When this is how this works. So you can like message people. I'm gonna let you guys watch me message Patricia here. I don't even know what to say. I wish I could. I wish it was like an open phone line so I can. Anyway, I'm so like nervous right now. Um, I'm not even gonna do anything. Uh, I'm not even gonna do anything cool because you guys are watching me do this. I'm just doing that to be funny. Here we go. Um, Second thing, messaging people. Your first message doesn't need to be the most amazing thing in the world. You just have to say something. It really shouldn't matter. Just so you know. I've spent way too much time thinking about what to first message people when Jarek from How to Disturb Reality, from My Magic, he said that it doesn't matter what you say as long as you say something. I feel like if they're gonna judge you based on one sentence, and say like you're stupid or something, or say no to you, then they really don't care, and that's once again that's not your fault. That's theirs. Um, it's really interesting for me when people have like parts of okay. I'll go with that. Um, what was I saying before? So the thing that I was saying was that I feel like a lot of the time my friends are judging me for who I would say yes to if I was at clubs. So like somebody will walk in. Uh, okay. I can do that. Okay. Somebody will walk into a club, and I'll be like, "Oh my god, that girl is so hot," right? And my friends, yeah, I'll think that to myself. My friends will, because I have a lot of friends that are girls. My friends will be like, "Oh my god, she looks so slutty. Like, what's her problem? Like, she looks like she has bitchy resting face." And they'll be like that, and then I'll be like, "Well, now I'm not gonna talk to that girl because I don't want my friends to judge me." Guess what? If when you're on Tinder, you're the only person that matters because you're the only person that matters anyway. You're the only person that should matter anyway. Anyway. Uh, I'm not gonna bore you by getting rid of all my likes, um, because that sometimes takes a while. But I just thought that you would be interested in what this is, and this is all it is. All of your like connections. Oh no! All of your connections are right there on the sub tab, which is so you can keep track of all of your people. Anyway, but that's all Tinder is. Like, and that's all it really needs to be. You just need to find somebody who also thinks that your profile picture is hot, and that's pretty much the hardest thing. God, how do I have like 8 mutual friends with this person? Who is this? Um. Anyway, uh, I'm losing track. This is like a 10-minute video. This is crazy. What is that? Who takes pictures like this? Like, people take pictures like that? People... Ugh. 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 Okay, so... I have a thing. If I can't, say your name, like, I can't say yes to you. I have no idea. This is like a super Russian name. I'm sure she's like the hottest person in the world, and I can't. I just can't. It's real sad. It's real sad. But this is all Tinder is. Um, and this is really all it needs to be. Because, oh right, my rule. If it's a person on the left, I'll say yes. We'll never know. Oh, it is! Look at that! Okay, let's stop being crazy here. Alright, so that's my thoughts on Tinder, and I hope that was enlightening. I hope, I don't know, this video has gone on for way too long. I hope that was entertaining, because that's all I really wanted it to be. Dating is complicated, and with everything that I've said about being shallow and dating people only for their looks, I don't actually mean that. What I mean is that there has to be a physical/sexual attraction that you need. Thanks, Jeff, for having that Facebook war with me, so that I could formulate all this. There has to be a physical sexual attraction where you think to yourself, I would kiss this person. Because if not, then you're just friends. And you'll always be friends. And you'll be friends until it kills you both. It's a Spike from Buffy. You guys aren't going to get that reference. But I mean, like, there needs to be something. And everybody wants everybody to love them for who they are on the inside. And they will, eventually, but for them to even want to talk to you, they have to be kind of attracted to you, and you to them. Like, don't think that this is just one-sided. I understand that I'm not attractive to some people, and that's fine, because I'm not attracted to all people either. You can't be blinded by physical appearance, to the point where you will do anything for somebody who's mean to you, because if they don't have a good personality, you should be able to recognize that. But at the same time, if somebody has a great personality, but you don't find them physically attractive, you shouldn't feel obligated to date them simply because they have a great personality. I feel like they need to have both. And because physical appearance is the first thing anybody sees, I don't feel like it's that bad of a thing to say that you're attracted to somebody based solely on that. And that's what Tinder got right. And that's what I feel like Tinder got right. Where you can't actually talk to the other person unless they find you attractive as well. And then when you talk to them, if they're a stupid bitch or whatnot, or if they're like a douchebag, then stop talking to them. But I'm just saying, like, I really like Tinder, and it's like one of the best things about my life right now. I still line dance, I still do magic, but Tinder is definitely up there with like the top 3 things, or it is part of my top 3 things now. Anyway, I hope that was entertaining, and I will see you guys next time.